Welcome to Trends on Thursdays, where I tell you about the trends I discuss with my clients this week. This week I'll talk about seniors, journalism, Snapchat, and competitive intelligence. First up, seniors are a fast-growing market across the globe because, well, people live much longer, work longer, are healthier, and therefore they're not off on a pasture somewhere. In China, for example, there are 170 million seniors aged 60 and up, and they are very much open to technology, maintaining their health, and ready to socialize. Of course, I would think that applies to seniors all over. I've worked with a few people over the years that were well into their 70s and sharp as can be, more involved and up to date than people half their age, and really all in the middle of things. Their interests are probably considerably different than those of the millennials, but in business it's usually smart to follow the money. And as we follow the money, maybe it's partially due to the growing number of seniors in China that 33% of the luxury market can in fact be attributed to China, followed by the US with 22% and Europe with 18%. Chinese consumers are predicted to account for over half the global luxury spend by 2025, and that's a lot of money. A cool $130 billion in 2018, according to Bain & Company, which is where these stats came from. The question is, if you have something that might be desirable outside of the country you're in, outside the age bracket you're thinking in, and maybe fit for global consumption. Next up, journalism is not quite dead, or at least we hope not. Some people will tell you that social media all but killed journalism, but I would say short attention spans and a little sensationalism are probably the root of the problem. The ability to share things we think are exciting and maybe scandalous, but we didn't bother to read or understand, is certainly not useful. Then, of course, especially in the case of newspapers, there's the paywall that only lets you read an article or two before you're asked to subscribe or get the news for free from the TV station. Anyways, Facebook and Google have set out to start fixing the issue by cultivating journalism, including funding opportunities, resources, and training. So if you're looking to be the local news option, maybe now's the time. The biggest question, of course, still is overcoming the issue of attention span. Long-form content does well in many cases, but it's usually platform native, meaning if you have a wordy piece of content, it will probably do better as a post than a link. If you pair it with a picture that says 1,000 words but has no words on it, it will usually do a little better even. Next up, Snapchat can feel a little strange to advertisers since it's not a platform that is native to many grown-ups or that they understand, but if you're in the market of Generation Z or younger millennials, it's definitely worth a look. If you're willing to be a little fun or quirky, even better. Chiquita, yes, the banana company, has scannable stickers on their bananas that will give you limited time access to filters in exchange for scanning. If you're not a fan of bananas, by the way, you can find these stickers on their website as well. Anyways, Snapchat, of course, has about 180 million daily users, over 70% under the age of 34. Concrete numbers, well, there's about 45 million Snapchat users over the age of 25 I could target in the state of Texas. And that's using full video creative. Starting budget, you might want to know, $20 a day. Not bad for a space where there's still little competition. Of course, I can not only target by age, but even as granular as zip code. Depending on the product or service you're offering, not a bad deal. One more, 87% of companies say that their market has gotten more competitive in the last 3 years, making competitive intelligence more important than ever. Because you want to know not only what your customers need, but also what your competition is up to. Competitive intelligence then influences things like marketing, sales, and product strategy, according to the 2019 CI report by Crayon. The bigger the company, the more likely they have at least one employee devoted to gather competitive intelligence. But even for the smallest of companies, it is important that you keep an eye on what's going on in your space, of course. Now, I'm not saying that you need to obsess over what everyone else is doing. It's usually best to stay true to yourself, but it's 2019 and your business doesn't operate in a bubble. We usually set up networks of automatic triggers for our clients' industry to stay up to date on what matters to them now and what may impact their business tomorrow. This then triggers a series of emails that we set up for alerts and if there's anything we need to be aware of. Anyways, that's it for your Trends on Thursdays. Have a good Easter weekend. I'll be back Monday. I'm Tobias Wilhelm.